Hello, bonjour, hola, saubona, and dumela. Welcome back to FootballerXP, the 96th best football channel on YouTube. Yep, that's where we currently stand. And if you want to help us grow, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified every single time we release a video and you can officially become a part of the FXP family. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 basic exercises that you can do to improve your ball control. Now, the good thing about the exercises I'm giving you is it doesn't matter if you're just starting out as a beginner, you've never played football before, or even if you're an advanced football player who just wants to maintain your skill level, you can do them. And it is very important that you do these exercises in chronological order, as I've structured them in the video, especially if you're just starting out. It's going to start off pretty basic, but every exercise will get a bit more challenging. Nothing you can't do though. As long as you just stick to the rhythm of the video, you should be good. Once you've mastered all these exercises and you can do them effectively and efficiently on your own, then you've basically solidified your foundation as a football player. Isn't that just great? So without further ado, let's get into it. This first exercise is basically a warm-up to get your feet comfortable with the ball. However, remember not to skip your usual warm-up. It's still essential to do your warm-up and your usual pre-warm-up as you would do it before every exercise. And if you don't currently have a warm-up, you can just watch mine on my channel. I've set up a small square with cones, and if you're doing this from home and you don't have cones, you can obviously use any other object that you have around the house. Just constantly tap the ball between your feet using only the inside of your feet. Try to do as many as you can within a 30-second time period and take 10-second breaks in between each set. Through more repetition, this exercise will enhance your neural pathways, which is basically the pathways in which messages are transferred from your brain to your muscles. This is how muscle memory occurs, and eventually it'll be like slicing a knife through butter. You can then progress to moving around the square while repeating the same movements with your feet and the ball. Now this one is very similar to the previous exercise, except this time you're just really rolling the ball between both your feet using only the sole of your feet. Once again, aiming for about 30 seconds of continuous movement. The speed doesn't matter, guys, especially if you're just a beginner. The speed doesn't matter at this stage, it's more about getting used to the feel of controlling the ball. You can always work on increasing your speed the more confident and comfortable you become. But that comes with time, practice, and experience. Over here I've lined up about 6 cones with a spacing of about 2 feet in between each cone. So it starts to get a bit more challenging now. But it is important to make sure you're already comfortable with the first 2 exercises that we've just been over before moving to this step. Now use only your right foot to maneuver through the cones by taking small touches. The main aim here is to avoid touching the cones, not to rush through the drill and try and do it as quickly as you can. Really make sure you're not touching any of the cones, because that's how you enhance your cognitive ball control experience. Aim to do about 10 of these in a session. Remember, one set is to one end and back to the cone you started on. However, if that is too much or too little for you, feel free to adjust the number of repetitions based on what's more comfortable for you. Now, you're going to repeat the same step, except this time you're doing the same thing but with your left foot only. So it's important as a player to develop both of your feet simultaneously. I see so many players who just don't work enough on their weaker foot, and this will give you an advantage over all those other players. You know, as a football player, if you only work on one foot, it will really limit your growth and position abundance and freedom as a player. For example, if you're a fullback and you can only use your right foot, you can only ever play as a right back. But if you're a fullback and you can use both of your feet, then you can alternate between left back or right back whenever called upon by your coach. Now you're going to incorporate both of your feet into the same exercise. So tap the ball with the inside of your foot and gently touch it forward with the receiving foot, and use the same foot to tap the ball back to your opposite foot between the cones. You should also be aiming to do about 10 to 15 sets of these in one session if you're just starting out. Now guys, this exercise is very similar to the one we just went over. except instead of using the inside of your foot to tap the ball in between the cones, you're just simply rolling it from one foot to the other. But the movement is identical to the previous exercise, although you might find this one a bit more challenging. So do it at your own pace and aim for 10 to 15 sets per session. Now we take it up a notch. This exercise requires more focus. It may take some time to get into it, but it is very basic once you get the hang of it. So use the outside of your foot to drag the ball outwards between the cones, then shift your body across the ball and use the same foot to gently touch the ball forward, then use the alternate foot to drag the ball outwards once again and repeat this movement. As I said, it can be confusing at first, but after a few attempts, I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Well, now you're ready to probably do most of the skills that I covered in my video where I give you guys the 9 basic skills that all football players should know. You might want to head over there to the other video after this to test yourself. But here, we're going to do the drag back roll. So all you're basically doing is you're using the sole of your foot to roll the ball backwards and behind your other leg. Then use your other foot to roll the ball back to the starting position in front of your starting foot. It's basically a circular motion that you're doing. So aim for about 5 30-second sets with 10 to 15-second breaks in between each set. For this exercise, you're just going to repeat the same movement but with your left foot. Just keep working on this exercise until you find it as comfortable to do with your weaker foot as you do with your stronger foot. Lastly, we're going to work on a receiving pass. So if you're home alone and you don't have anyone to pass the ball to you, you can go ahead and use a wall. Just kick the ball into the wall and position your body at a bit of an angle and use your foot to take the ball into your stride and cushion the ball. You can add to this exercise by turning your body as you receive the ball, as you would in a match if you're looking to make a further pass to one of your teammates. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope it's been helpful and useful for you. If you want to become a part of this growing family, don't forget to subscribe to FootballerXP and hit that notification bell. It's very important that you hit that bell so you actually get notified every time we release a new video that can help you improve as a football player. Don't forget to like the video and also leave a comment letting me know what your favorite exercise is and which one has helped or is helping you the most. See you next time on FootballerXP.